Hello and welcome to today's lesson. Today we're going to look at fractional exponents. And what we mean by that is when we have something like 9 to the 1/2. Now this is called a power. Here we have a base of 9 and an exponent of 1/2. Turns out this means exactly the same thing as the square root of 9. Here it's written as a power, and on this side it's written as a radical. Whenever you have this little symbol here, the square root symbol, that's what a radical is. Now these are equivalent. We know that the square root of 9 is 3, so what I guess I'm saying is that 9 to the 1/2 equals 3. So what does that mean if we had something like 8 to the 1/3? What does that actually mean? This is written as a power. If I write it as a radical, the 3 on the bottom tells me it is a cube root, not a square root. So this is equivalent to the cube root of 8. And I happen to know that the answer to that is 2, because 2 times 2 times 2 equals 8. All right, let's say we wanted to take this radical, the square root of 25, and write that as a power. Well, that would look like this. This would be 25 to the 1/2. Because we're looking at a square root of 25, so we make sure it's 1/2 or 2 on the bottom. So now we're going to erase this and do some examples. So what do we have? We have, well, first of all, before I get into examples, let me summarize the rule at the top. So what I guess I'm saying is this: x to the 1 over n is the same thing as saying the nth root of x. Okay, so here it is as a power, and over on the right side it's a radical. So let's do some examples, see if we can work them out. And this would be done without a calculator. 49 to the 1/2, that's like saying the square root of 49. And the square root of 49 is 7. And that's the answer. Next example. Suppose we throw some fraction at you. So suppose we had 9 over 25 raised to the 0.5. Now when you run into decimals, I find it a lot easier to convert them to fractions and put it into simplest form. So if you have trouble with this, when you see 0.5, that means 5 over 10, which reduces to 1/2. So this is really just saying that the exponent is 1/2. And that means we're looking for the square root of 9 over 25. And that reduces to, the square root of 9 is 3, and the square root of 25 is 5. And that's the answer. All right, let's go to another example. Clear the screen here. Oops, got a little spot up here. And next example, I think that'll be our last example. What if you had 0, actually, let me try that again. 0.49 raised to the 0.5. So how am I going to deal with that? Well, I'm going to take 0.49 and change that to a fraction. So that's the same as 49 over 100. So I go, okay, 49 over 100. And And what about this 0.5? Well, we just saw that that was 5 over 10, which reduces to 1/2. So I am looking for the square root of 49 over 100. And the square root of 49 is 7. And the square root of 100 is 10. So there's my answer. And if I want, I could even have written it as a decimal, 0.7. So there it is. That's my answer. And with that, I'm going to stop. So we will catch you later.